This business vlog is my real startup journey, sharing what it takes to start a business, grow a small business, and build a software startup while staying locked into the entrepreneur mindset. If you want real business advice without the hype, you're in the right place. Monday, December, I think 30th. Monday, I think. These holiday weekends. I've evolved, I guess. I got a domain. It took some searching. SageVana.com. And the vision I got with that is tied in with, back it up. So at the time, ChatGPT and Gemini are both not where they should be. I've got a much better understanding of AI now. There's still just algorithms that just search the internet. And if you take out the prompts, they go to zero. And so they unfortunately don't seem to have the ability to have that thought process or learn that been stated out there. I don't see it. I just see them regurgitate, and I've seen it go over and over and over where it continues to make the same mistake, pointed out, oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, like, okay. And then you do it again. Found another place, Zapier. They seem to do better building stuff. So I got two of them. So the vision I'm kind of running with, and it's a lot, is SageVana. And Sage from all knowing or source of knowledge, an expert, and Vana just, tons of them. The vision I've got is basically saying, look, I'm going to make the copier ones. I've already got it. The offsite one's not going on SageVana, but the copier is, because there's going to be a couple different types to this model. Building out a Sage for people, for a business. And so you'll have two types of accounts you can sign up at SageVana. You'll have the personal or business. And so business, that opens up where you can have business Sages made for all types of capacities in there. But then I'm also going to have personal Sage. And that personal Sage is going to go based on how much data the person puts in to their profile. And does it allow their searches with the other Sages to be retained? It basically creates a whole database of prompts or keywords. And by providing that, it becomes highly personalized. So it can get into what movies did you like, what TV shows on the personal side, what kind of food, what kind of restaurants. And then it can actually do where you at, what kind of weather, what kind of vacations, what kind of trips, points, all that different stuff. And then it'll do sort of a morning it can do, or a weekly, and it'll actually have we'll actually do it with a face and a voice and a personality where the person can actually name their Sage. So if you've got Jane, for example, giving your morning report, you'd have the app, it pops up, would you like your morning report? You say traffic on the way to work, this, that, the other thing. So it basically will go through and pull everything together. So it keeps people going. So you're basically making your own personal assistant. The same can be applied to in work, where you could have somebody like your work buddy who's going to be going through your emails. Hey, John just emailed, and they're kind of up on everything. You're like, okay, email John back. I can meet with him Tuesday at 9. Boom. Okay, got it. And it just handles it through that. That's kind of the vision I've got with it. So in the shorter period of time, I've got to figure out how I'm going to, do it, like in terms of renewal alert. I'm still thinking of pairing it. Like, okay, I'm doing a renewal alert presentation, but I want to show, hey, we can also do these Sages that are an add-on cost. And so we'll kind of push it that way. But I think the trick to getting the Sage going at first, I tried to write down about 10 or 15 Sages that I could build out, place on the website, and just see if I can push people, like horoscopes, what's on Netflix or streaming, those types of things that'll get people interested. I don't have the capabilities, I don't think yet, or the time to create the individual profiles that'll be able to do that. But if I could just at least get the people there, I could at least build the Sages in time with it. That's kind of where it's evolved to. I can populate all my advertising into them. So if I can make these useful, at least in select industries, I can have my information in as a procurement or eligible customer, eligible vendor, stuff like that, and hopefully utilize that to help sell free SEO. I'm going to create my own SEO platforms through the Sage network, which I only see as in-house. I'm going to try to figure out code, if I can do it, app building, those types of things too. And then I'm going to try to get over to Offsite today to train them. It's a lot of stress trying to get that place to go, just to get the money out. And I just still don't know what PG is lingering out there that I could still be on the hook for. I just kind of worry, like, am I going down the wrong road? Is this all not going to work? And I just blew a bunch of money and time, and I don't get money out of Offsite. And basically, I don't know. I know this road. It's the road of not knowing. Just like, you just sometimes gotta have faith and go with it. Is this the right direction? Am I supposed to be doing this? Is this wrong? Is there someone else doing? Is there something I'm really fucking missing here? After a few hours at the Regis office wrestling with chatbots that still can't follow the prompts in their own knowledge bases, I called it and headed over to the old warehouse.
Tomorrow's December 31st, and I'm pretty sure the landlord's closed, so I need to get the keys turned in today. I had about 99% of everything out already, but anyone who's ever moved knows that last 1% is always the part that drags on. I made full use of the dumpsters they have on the property and loaded my car with whatever was left so I could swing it by the storage unit on the way back. I cleared out the trash, swept the floors, and honestly, the place looked about the same as the day I got it a few months ago. And here's the thing about commercial landlords. They charge for stuff that residential landlords can't even dream of charging for. If an AC unit dies in a warehouse, the tenant basically has to buy the landlord a brand new one. If it dies in an apartment, the landlord has to fix it. The whole thing is ridiculous, but that's the game. After years of dealing with leases, I always walk the building once everything is cleared. I get a video of every room and then archive it. If there's ever a dispute later, at least I have something to fall back on. But here, only 3 months and barely using the space, I can't imagine they'll find anything to hit me with. Still, I'm not taking any chances. Overall, it looks good. I'm going to drop off the keys, swing by the storage unit, and then hopefully get back to the office. If I'm lucky, I might squeeze in a few more hours of work before the day's over.
December 31st, 2024, 6:34 in the morning. Got a lot of stuff to do. Gonna do a web meeting with Offsite to show them the CRM I built for them, the Chatbot internally. So I made one of those for Offsite where they can utilize it to answer questions, get quotes, and handle a whole bunch of stuff there internally. The quotes come into the quote queue on Monday. So a quote would come in and then the email person would shoot them over to the Monday quote queue. And then you're at the mercy of who's doing quotes and how quickly they would respond. If a quote sat for, sometimes they sat a day and it's not the way it's supposed to be, but it just happened. And then they get quotes. So even if it's, an hour, some of them, it's got timers on them and everything, so you could see the timing on it. But the quicker you could respond and the better obviously pricing matters, but timing matters. If you just do a safe estimate, say if you lose 5% if we can recover 5% of our business at Offsite by quoting faster, wouldn't that make sense? And so how can we do that? And the thing I've got is if you can empower the person doing the emails to be able to quote just the easy ones, so there's gonna be complicated, this is multiple machines at 6 different stops with stairs and certificates, okay, fine. How about Shock Logistics or Wizix with a simple lease return going from Roseville to let's just quote it, and be able to put it into accounting with a number. So I built that so you can actually calculate, and it pulls off of a spreadsheet and provides that data. So I think that's going to help quite a bit there. And then the copier Oracle is looking pretty good. I added more data to that yesterday too. And then I'm going to go into the SageVana. I started that website yesterday and had more and more, visions. The brain gets going and can't sleep and just want to get in and get after stuff. So I'm trying to figure out exactly how to build it all. Old Town Scottsdale in the morning. It's definitely a better drive to work than Offsite. It was weird going there yesterday. That the power goes out after about, I was trying to train Yvette on this stuff, and then the power goes out about 10 minutes in, and so I just had to leave. Everyone had to leave pretty much. With the renewal alert, incorporating these in and definitely doing an upcharge to kind of make it a bigger product offering, putting that into a proposal. So I'd be like, okay, here's what renewal alert does, plus you have we'll build a custom Sage for your business, and this will be and that's an extra cost. I know I'm early in the learning curve on this stuff too, so the sooner I can get more money and the sooner I can hire somebody who's got some IT and prowess with code, and who can look at this stuff and go, you could do this, this, and this, and start really developing. I need that for sure.
This business blog documents my journey on how to start a business, how to start a software company, and start up businesses from zero. If you're searching for startup tips, business ideas, or how to start a business, start a software business, and how to run a business effectively, as well as different startup business ideas, subscribe for new videos every week.